All right, let's talk about self-discipline, but forget everything you think you know about just trying harder. Today, we're going to break down how to actually build it, the kind that lasts. We're talking simple, powerful mindset shifts and systems you can literally start using today. Okay, let's just start with this. It's pretty raw, right? I used to be lazy. I sucked. Now I don't. This just cuts right to the heart of it. It shows you that discipline isn't something you're born with or without. Nope, it's a choice. It's about that journey from, not really liking the person in the mirror to earning back that respect, one single decision at a time. So what are we even talking about when we say discipline? Let's get on the same page. It's not about being some perfect, unfeeling robot. Not at all. It really just boils down to one thing: follow through. It's about actually doing the stuff you told yourself you were going to do, especially when every part of you is screaming, nah, not today. So here's how we're going to tackle this. First up, we'll get a new view on discipline. Then we'll cover building your disciplined identity. After that, designing your success system. Then how to start and sustain it. And finally, we'll tap into the power of discomfort. Let's get into it. Okay, section 1. And honestly, this might be the most important shift you can possibly make. Think about it. If you see discipline as a punishment, something you have to do, you're always going to fight it, right? It's a constant battle. But what if you flipped the script? What if you started seeing it as an act of self-love? And this Will Smith analogy just nails it. It's like you're talking to yourself saying, hey, I know you want that pizza right now, but I love you too much to let you eat that. See the difference? You're being the loving parent to your own impulses. You're guiding yourself toward what's actually good for you in the long run, not just what feels good in the moment. It's not punishment, it's care. So you've basically got two roads you can go down. There's the road of guilt, right? I should go to the gym. That's a slog. It's short-lived, it feels empty, and it's just bloated with shame. And then there's the road of self-love. That's when you say, I'm going to the gym because my body deserves to feel strong and healthy. That feels totally different. It's easier, it's way more sustainable, and it actually builds genuine self-respect. And that feeling of self-respect, that's the perfect launchpad for our next section: building your disciplined identity. Because here's the absolute key: people act in line with who they think they are. If your story is, I'm a lazy person, well, you're going to find a million ways to prove that story right. The secret isn't to wage war on that old identity, it's to start quietly building a new one. So how do you do that? How do you build it? You start by getting super clear on who that future you even is. Ask yourself these questions, seriously. What does their day look like? What do they eat? Who are their friends? What are the things they always say no to? And what do they say a big yes to? This isn't just daydreaming. You're creating a blueprint. And once you have that crystal clear picture, it's so much easier to just ask, what would that person do right now? And then do that. All right, so you've got the new identity in mind. Now it's time to shape your world to match it. This is where we move from the internal stuff, the mindset, to the external stuff. Let's design a success system. Because let's be real, willpower runs out. You can't rely on it. The goal is to outsource your discipline to your environment, to make being disciplined the path of least resistance. You know how when you go back to your childhood home, you can kind of feel yourself reverting to your teenage self? That's your environment at work. It's packed with all these physical cues that trigger the old you. Well, we can totally reverse engineer that for good. Change the cues, you change the actions. Simple as that. If the new you is a runner, put the running shoes right by the front door. You can't miss them. If the new you is a writer, keep a notebook open on your desk. Make your new identity impossible to ignore. Okay, want to try a more advanced move? Let's talk about loss aversion. This is a super powerful quirk of human psychology. We are wired to hate losing things way more than we enjoy gaining them. Think about it. You would fight so much harder to keep from losing $100 than you would to gain $100. It's just how our brains work. And we can absolutely use this to our advantage. So here's a wild, practical example of how to use this. There's a website called StickK.com. And here's the deal. You commit money to a cause you absolutely hate. I mean, something that makes your skin crawl. And if you fail your goal, boom, your money goes straight to them. Now, all of a sudden, skipping that workout isn't just lazy, it's actively supporting something you despise. The pain of inaction just became way, way bigger than the pain of action. Okay, so we've got our mindset reframed. We've got our environment designed for success, but how do you actually do the thing? This next part is all about the nuts and bolts: how to start and how to sustain. How do you overcome that friction on the tough days, and how do you avoid just completely burning out? Let's be honest, starting is always the hardest part. It's exactly like that first heavy push on a bicycle pedal from a dead stop. It takes the most energy. But once you're rolling, once you have that momentum, it's so much easier to just keep cruising along. So the whole game is building systems specifically to get you through that first hard push. And here's a brilliant little system for that: the barcode alarm clock. The alarm goes off and it will not, I repeat, will not turn off until you get out of bed, walk to the kitchen, and physically scan the barcode on, say, your bag of coffee. Now think about what just happened. You're up, you're in the kitchen, you're standing right next to the coffee machine. Might as well make some, right? The hardest part is already done. The other side of this coin is eliminating friction. I love this Mitch Hedberg line, "Don't need another step between me and toast." It's funny, but it's so true. Every tiny little obstacle, every extra step is an excuse for your brain to say, forget it. So make it easy on yourself. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Have your notebook and pen sitting right where you're going to work. Make the path to doing the right thing as smooth and downhill as you possibly can. Now, for sustaining it, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to avoid burnout, or none of this matters. And here's a super simple exercise for that. For 1 month, at the end of every single day, just ask yourself, what energized me today? Just write it down. After a few weeks, you're going to see patterns. And once you know what actually recharges your batteries, you can be intentional about building more of that into your schedule. That's how you keep going for the long haul. All right, last section, the power of discomfort. Because look, after all the mindset shifts, all the systems, all the life hacks, it all boils down to one single moment: the moment of choice. When you either do the thing or you don't. This last part is about training for that exact moment, so that when it comes, you're ready. How you do anything is how you do everything. You've probably heard that before, and it's the core idea behind something called discomfort training. The whole point is that your character isn't built in these huge dramatic moments. It's forged in the tiny everyday choices. How you handle the small stuff is practice for how you'll handle the big stuff. Every small choice is like a rep at the gym for your willpower muscle. An easiest way to get those reps in? The 2-minute rule. It's so simple. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, you just do it immediately. No debating, no procrastinating. Washing that one mug in the sink, answering that quick email, putting your coat away. Every time you do one of these things, you are literally casting a vote for the identity of, I am a disciplined person. You're choosing a tiny bit of discomfort over ease, and that muscle gets stronger and stronger. And that's really the whole thing, isn't it? Discipline is never built tomorrow. It's only ever built today. It's not about one massive, heroic effort. It's about all the tiny little choices that add up over time. The real work starts right now with this one question. So I'll leave you with this. What is one small, tiny discomfort you can choose to face today to cast a vote for the person you're becoming?